What caused Greenwich Village's non-grid streets? Imagine wandering through a neighborhood where the streets seem to dance and twist instead of marching in neat lines. That's what makes Greenwich Village so special. Unlike most of Manhattan, its streets don't follow the usual grid pattern. So why is that? Well, it all comes down to history, geography, and the choices of early residents. Back in the early days, before the city planners drew up the famous grid, Greenwich Village was a separate settlement. It started as a rural area with farms and small communities, far from the busy streets of Lower Manhattan. The streets here grew naturally, following old paths made by Native Americans and early Dutch and English settlers. These paths weren't laid out on a map but followed the land's natural features like hills, streams, and property lines. Over time, those paths became roads, winding around the landscape instead of cutting straight through it. Then, in 1811, the city of New York introduced the Commissioner's Plan. This was a big effort to organize the city with a grid of numbered streets and avenues. It was meant to make navigation and development easier. But by then, Greenwich Village was already a lively community with its own character. The residents didn't want to lose that charm, so they pushed back against the plan. The city agreed to leave the streets of the village as they were, preserving its unique layout. Because of this, the streets in Greenwich Village follow the land's natural contours. Some streets curve unexpectedly, others end at parks or intersect at odd angles. This irregular pattern gives the neighborhood a cozy, intimate feel. It's part of what makes walking here so interesting. You might find yourself on a street that suddenly turns or stops, leading you to hidden courtyards or quiet corners. This layout also reflects the neighborhood's history, with streets like Bleecker Street and Christopher Street still bearing the names of early residents and stories from the past. So, the reason Greenwich Village's streets are not in a grid is because it was already developed before the city's plan was made. The residents wanted to keep their neighborhood's charm, and the land's natural features dictated the winding roads. That's why exploring Greenwich Village feels like stepping into a living piece of history, full of surprises and character. Its streets tell a story of old paths, community pride, and a desire to hold onto its unique identity amidst the city's growth.